In this episode, we're going to build a curved wall with seating, and the entire structure will be plastered and painted. In any garden design and landscaping project, the best thing to do is get rid of all the hard work first before you buy any plants. In other words, do all the earth moving, all the bricks, all the laying, do all that first. Then you've got to remember drainage. If you've got high walls, you allow weep holes at the bottom to allow that moisture out. If you're building brick walls, you've got to allow for expansion joints at regular intervals too, to allow the expansion of that wall, otherwise you're going to get cracks. If your drainage holes is emptying out onto paved areas, you've got to allow a gully area the full length of the wall for that water to drain away. What you'll need include bricks, cement, building sand, plaster sand, river sand, stone, brick force mesh, ABE brick seal, 20mm PVC piping, a large brush, fired earth sandstone, sacred soil colour, and a paint roller. The tools you'll need are a builder's line and pegs, a trowel, a spirit level, a float, and a stamper. Okay, so here now comes the easy part. Just follow the plan. We've got all our measurements on here, and the first point is 3.5 meters away from the wall is where I'm going to put the center point for my circle, and then I'm going to start marking it out and putting the pegs exactly where the plan tells me to. Attach builder's line to the peg and roll out sufficient line to reach the proposed edge of the circle. Mark this spot and use the line as a guide and move around the circle, outlining the edge. Following our plan, we're going to use the corner of the building and line up exactly where to intersect our circle. From there we're going to go out and then down. And we're going to make sure we do the exact same thing on the other side to keep it symmetrical and in line with our building. You will find that you are going to need to remove some plants. Don't worry about it, you can always transplant them back in at a later stage. Remove any grass from the marked area in a strip around about 600mm wide. Cut it out into square sods and put it aside so that it can be used to repair areas that got damaged during the building process. Mark and remove the grass for the straight walls on either side of the semicircle. Excavate the soil in this channel to a depth of 200mm. Knock a wooden peg into the excavated center. The cement for the foundation will be poured to this level. Continue knocking in pegs every half meter or so and check the levels as you go. Mix 4 parts stone, 2 parts river sand and 1 part cement with enough water to make a fairly wet mixture. Pour the mixture into the channels and let it dry for 3 to 4 days. When the foundations are dry, build the walls using bricks, cement and brick force every 4th course. Use a ratio of 6 parts building sand to 1 part cement plus water as mortar to cement the blocks together, allowing 20mm of mortar between each brick. For the semicircle, start on the back edge of the foundation and build the wall around about 1/2 meter in height. For the straight walls, build the wall also 1/2 meter in height using the center of the foundation as a guide. Leave drainage holes 1 brick up from the ground level and every linear meter along the wall. Use PVC piping which will fit neatly in the spaces between the bricks. Regular use of a spirit level during the building ensures that our walls remain level. Keeping the same curve of the back wall, build a front wall the same height, which is approximately 500mm deep. The seat is now an empty box and will need to be filled. When the cement in the wall is dry, seal all the bricks that will be left exposed with ABE brick seal. This is all the bricks that are not going to be plastered. Brush on 2 coats and allow 12 hours drying between them, and allow them to cure for 7 days before the bed is backfilled. Once you've backfilled your box section, you've got to stamp it down. So either you can go and buy a stamper from your local builders, or you can actually make your own with a large paint tin, fill it with cement, put a pole in there, let it set, you've got yourself a heavy stamper. Or you can use quite a large size gum pole. Fill the top 50mm with mortar mix, 6 parts sand to 1 part cement plus water. This should be level with the top of the top brick on the half-meter curved wall. Allow to dry for 2 to 3 days before plastering. To plaster the outside and tops of the walls, mix together 6 parts plaster sand with 1 part cement plus water. Apply with a trowel and use a float to make sure it's smooth around the edges. Let the plaster dry and cure for 21 days before painting. Paint dry, cured plaster with a plaster primer or fired earth all-in-one and allow it to dry. Choose a textured paint such as fired earth sandstone for its resistance to moisture and ultraviolet light. Apply 2 coats with a roller or brush, allowing 4 hours drying time between the coats. There you have it, a retaining wall and seat all-in-one. All that's left to do is plant up the back and it's going to look fantastic. If you need any help, go down and see the guys at Builders. They've got all the equipment and all the tools that you need to build the exact same type of structure.